topic for today is all about the computer hardware and software. The computer system consists of hardware and software components. Okay, hardware are the tangible parts. Means to say these are the physical equipment such as the case, the storage devices, keyboards, monitors, cables, speakers, and printers. While software is the operating system and programs installed inside the computer. The operating system instructs the computer how to operate. Programs and applications perform different functions. Okay, so when we say applications, can you please give me examples of applications? Okay, very good. Photoshop is one of the example of applications. Any other answer? Okay, very good. Okay, MS Word or Microsoft Word is an example of application. Photoshop and Microsoft Word perform different functions. Let's proceed to the other components of the computer. Okay, the first component is the computer case. Okay, a computer case provides protection and support for internal components. Okay, class, can you give me some of the characteristics of a computer case? Yes? Okay, very good. It should be durable. Any other answer? Okay, it should be easy to service and it must have enough space for expansions. Okay, very good, class. So the next component is the power supply. Okay, what is the power supply? Can you please read? Okay, very good. It converts AC power from the wall socket into DC. AC means to say alternating current and DC is direct current. Okay, and also power supply must provide enough power for the installed components and future additions. Let's proceed to the internal components of the computer. So the first component is the motherboard. It is also called the backplane or the main circuit board. Okay, so it contains the buses, this is the bus lines, okay, or electrical pathways found in a computer. Okay, so when I say buses, it allows data to travel among the various components of the computer. Okay, so the next internal component is the central processing unit, or it is also known as the brain of the computer. This is the most, or it considered as the most important element of a computer system. Why? Because it executes programs, which is a sequence of stored instructions. So the next internal component is the cooling systems. Okay, so we have two types of cooling systems. We have the case fan, which is located somewhere here, and the CPU fan, or the heatsink. So what is a case fan? Okay, a case fan makes the cooling process more efficient. So while a heatsink or the CPU fan, it draws heat away from the core of the CPU. So it is located on top of the CPU. This is the heatsink or the CPU fan. The next component is the ROM and the RAM. So what is the difference between a ROM and a RAM? Anyone guess? Okay, so ROM stands for read-only memory, while RAM is random access memory. Okay, very good, class. Read-only memory. Okay, basic instructions for booting the computer and loading the operating system are stored inside the ROM. And a ROM chip cannot be erased or rewritten and cannot become obsolete. While RAM is the temporary storage for data and programs that are being accessed by the CPU. It is a volatile memory, which means to say that the contents are erased when the computer is powered off. More RAM means more capacity to hold and process large programs and files, as well as enhancing system performance. The next internal components or the adapter cards. Okay, adapter cards, it increases the functionality of a computer by adding controllers for specific devices or by replacing malfunctioning ports. Okay class, can you give me examples of adapter cards? Yes. Okay, very good. Sound card is an example of adapter cards. Any other answer? Okay, very good. NIC or the network interface card. Okay, very good class. Okay, the next component or third component is the hard drives and floppy drives. So when we say hard drives, it reads or writes information to magnetic or optical storage media. It may be fixed or removable. So the hard disk drive or the HDD is a magnetic storage device installed inside the computer. So the storage capacity is measured in gigabytes and also terabytes. While a floppy disk drive is a storage device that uses a removable 3.5-inch floppy disk that store 1.44 MB of data. In this generation, floppy disk drives are obsolete. We are no longer using floppy disk drives. Instead, we are using the hard disk drives. The next component is the optical drives and the flash drives. Okay, what is an optical drive? Can you please read? Okay, very good. An optical drive is a storage device that uses lasers to read data on the optical media. Okay, the two types are the CD and the DVD. Okay, a flash drive, however, is a removable storage device that connects to a USB port. A flash drive uses a type of memory that requires no power to maintain the data. It is widely known as the USB. But please class, that is not a USB. It is not the right term. It's flash drive, not USB. Okay? Okay. The next internal components are the internal cables. Okay, so we have several types of cables. So what are these? Data cables connects drive controller, which is located on the adapter card or on the motherboard. Okay, so we have several types of internal cables. The floppy disk drives, the FDD data cable or the floppy disk drive data cable, PATA IDE data cable, PATA eIDE data cable, SATA data cable, and the SCSI data cable. But the next component is the serial ports and cables. Okay, a serial port can either be a DB9 as shown or a DB25 male connector. Serial ports transmit 1 bit of data at a time. And a serial cable has a maximum length of 0.50 feet or 15.2 meters. Okay, the next cable is the USB ports and cables. Okay, so a USB is a standard interface for connecting peripheral devices to a computer. And a USB device are hot swappable. And a single USB port in a computer can support up to 127 separate devices with the use of a multiple USB hubs. The next internal components are the parallel ports and cables. So parallel ports can transmit 8 bits of data at a time. It has a maximum length of 15 feet or 4.5 meters. Okay class, so let's proceed to the next internal component, okay, which is the network ports. A network port, also known as an RJ45 port, connects a computer to a network. And the standard Ethernet can transmit up to 10 Mbps, while the fast Ethernet can transmit up to 100 Mbps. And the maximum length of network cable is 328 feet or 100 meters. Okay, so are there any questions, class? Okay, so if there's none, so let's proceed to the next internal component. Okay, so we have the PS2 ports and audio ports. A PS2 port connects a keyboard or a mouse to a computer. Okay, so the PS2 ports is a 6-pin mini DIN female connectors. Okay, it also includes line in connects to an external source, microphone in connects to a microphone, line out connects to speakers and headphones, and game port or MIDI connects to a joystick or MIDI interface device. So the last component or the last internal component of the computer is the video ports. Okay, so what is a video port? Can you please read? Okay, thank you. So a video port connects to a monitor cable to a computer. There are several video port and connector types. So the first one is the video graphics array or the VGA, the digital visual interface or the DVI, the high definition multimedia interface or the HDMI, the SVGO, and the RGB. So that ends our topic for today. So are there any questions? If there's none, so please prepare a 1/4 sheet of paper for our short quiz. Congratulations, you all passed the short quiz. Goodbye, class!